more than just UFC. Bellator 242 is going down from the Mohegan Sun Arena tomorrow night in Connecticut. In the main event, Ricky Bandejas taking on Sergio Pettis. There's also other stuff on the card. Jordan Mien is returning. Taiwan Claxton is returning. Aaron Pico is returning. Are you excited at all for Bellator's return?
Even when I keep up with Bellator for what it's worth, here and there Bellator will have a fight that piques my interest, and I'll ask you. I'll be like, Josh, what's happening in Bellator? Like, well, this, and that. So the plus that Sergio Pettis is fighting, I might check it out just because of that, because it's Sergio, and I kind of wish Sergio would have stayed around in the UFC, but it is what it is. Let it be. Hopefully, he finds success in Bellator. So I'll probably check out this fight.
Yeah. Obviously Sergio Pettis in the UFC was one of the top guys at flyweight. Wins over John Moraga, Brandon Moreno, and his best win, absolutely Joseph Benavidez, UFC 225. He lost 2 fights, and then ended up getting a win over Tyson Nam before leaving the UFC. Ended up signing with Bellator. He just thought it made more sense, especially considering this is around the time that the UFC was thinking about cutting the flyweight division. He's fighting in bantamweight in Bellator, but still a smaller guy. Could probably fight at flyweight or bantamweight. He beat the shit out of Alfred Kakashian in his debut. One of the most brutal knockout / submissions you'll ever see. He beat the hell out of him on the feet. Probably should have been stopped. Ended up choking him out cold with a guillotine. So shout out him. I think that fight's gonna be a banger. If you guys don't know, Ricky Bandejas. He is a kid who had one of the biggest highlight reel knockouts in Bellator over. I feel really, really dumb for forgetting the kid's name. He trains out of Ireland, and he's Conor McGregor's teammate. James Gallagher is who I'm thinking of. He's 13-3, very young kid, lots of potential there. 2 other dudes with potential to watch. Taiwan Claxton, 6-1. Has one of the greatest knockouts in Bellator history with the flying knee. He made it wasn't a debut with the flying. I believe it was actually his debut with the flying knee. And he's 6-1, has some nice wins on his record. He was a part of the Bellator featherweight World Grand Prix. Ended up losing to Manuel Sanchez in the opening round, but he rebounded with a win over Brandon Ecchio. Aaron Pico is the closest thing I'd say to an MMA prodigy. The dude's been training in MMA. Training in AK since he's been a child. He was a former Olympic wrestler. And he's one of the guys. He's still only 23, and he was the guy that started off his career on the Bellator NYC card and lost to Zach Freeman in 24 seconds. He ended up moving down to featherweight. He's done pretty well since then. He's still only 5-3, and he's kind of an interesting case because he's a guy that he's been fighting guys with 20 fights his entire career because they're like, this kid, he's a prodigy. He should be fighting these top dudes. His best wins against Leandro Higo, who's a former Bellator title challenger, but he lost 2 in a row. Henry Corrales and Adam Boric, who are both very good, ended up rebounding with a win over Daniel Carey in January. Interested to see where he goes from here, taking on Soto Hatali on the opening fight on the main card. So shout out to Aaron Pico. The kid still has a lot of potential. We can see if he rebounds here and gets back on